Alright, fourth graders, so you're going to actually be using this video for both your Thursday and Friday assignment. Today is going to look a little different as well as Friday. So today we're going to continue with division, but we're going to kind of give you a little bit of choice as to how you want to practice division. This is going to be able to help you be able to choose and explain your chosen strategy of how you want to solve division problems. You've been working with the box method and long division this week, and then we've also talked about how to interpret those remainders. So now it's up to you to decide what strategy works best for you and solving some problems on your own. So I'm going to go over your second option that I have listed here on the den real quick before I walk you through your first option. So your second, you have two options on Thursday and Friday. Your first option is a math mystery, which I will cover here in just a minute. And your second option is doing 20 to 25 minutes of Prodigy per day. So you could choose to do the math mystery one day and Prodigy the next day, or you could work on your math mystery both days, or you could work on Prodigy both days. But if you are choosing Prodigy, make sure you are choosing to do that between 20 and 25 minutes per day, just to work on those division problems if you choose not to do the math mystery. So I am going to switch over here and I'm going to go over the math mystery to show you how to do that. All right, friends, so like I said, you are going to be able to choose your own strategy today, but you are still going to be practicing those division problems and working with those remainders. Your assignments technically are not due until Friday. So if you want to work on this math mystery, like I have said, over the course of 2 days, if you start it on the Thursday assignment, it's okay if you finish it on the Thursday assignment. Don't feel like you have to do it on both the Thursday and the Friday. But if you want to do 1 day of each, just make sure you do the math mystery on the class kick day that you want it to do it. So you are going to be starting here. So on slide 4, it will give you kind of a little introduction to the Divided Dragons video. When you go to slide 5, this gives you kind of your mystery. So it says, 300 years ago, the 4 great dragon leagues ended their war and made a peaceful pact. Instead, they began to work as a team in order to protect Math-Hatton and its surrounding islands from an extremely mysterious and mighty magical underworld that lies beneath the surface. The Dragon Alliance have played a very important part towards keeping the strong forces of this powerful and unusual magic from being released into our realm. Math-Hatton's concern is on the rise as recent events reveal that the 4 dragon leagues are suddenly divided. They are at war once again. With the dragons not working together, the magical forces from the underworld will flow into ours, and we are currently not protected. Larry the Wizard and Tabitha the Witch express that the Magical Elders Council are extremely concerned by this division of the dragons. Larry exclaimed, "There are magical forces that we must keep from our cities, such as Math-Hatton. What lurks beneath the surface of our regular world needs to be kept there. If our 2 realms collide, it could be disastrous. Our magical powers won't stand a chance next to what exists down there, and we fear that with the dragons focusing their anger on one another, there is no one else strong enough to protect us." Sheldon the shaman assisted by sending his magical winds into the underworld to get a better understanding of what is causing the dilemma amongst the dragons. He informed Larry and Tabitha, "The winds whisper to me that the division is definitely happening due to something making the dragons angry with each other. The conflict is not just between the 4 leagues, it is also within the leagues themselves. The winds say that one of the dragons is behind it, but who and why is unknown. If we are able to investigate this mystery, we will need to travel into the magical underworld ourselves to explore for clues." With the information Sheldon brought forward, Larry and Tabitha both agree that an investigation within the dragons needs to happen. Larry stated, "If we can solve which dragon started this problem and why, we may be able to help resolve the issue and restore the Dragon Alliance before too much threatening magic is released into our realm. Larry, Tabitha, and Sheldon are requesting the help of a great math detective to join them in their journey into the magical underworld to solve this mystery. Larry pleads, "Please help us with this mystery. It is important that we reunite the dragons to work as one," Sheldon adds. "We will keep you protected as you assist us with this case." Okay, so that just gives you kind of an overview of the problem. Slide 6, this is going to be where you'll be coming back to after after each clue. So we have done these before, so remember each slide gives you one clue, and then you come back to this slide to cross people off who no longer fit that. And at the end, you should have one dragon left, and that will be the one that will solve your mystery. Okay, so here you're just going to be solving basic divisions. These are the fast facts that we should already know, especially since we know our multiplication facts. So if you look at the first one here, 18 divided by 1, that gives you 18. So you write the answer there, and then the letter underneath it is what you're going to plug into the top here. Every time you see 18 under a box, that's where you're going to put a T. So those are highlighted there. Okay, so that you do that for all of them, and then eventually, once you solve all of them, you will have a clue that will help you go back to slide 6 and cross some of those dragons off that are no longer suspects. Slide 8 is the same. Okay, this time it gets a little trickier. Okay, so make sure you are using the box method or long division strategy, because there are some 3-digit here, but those strategies can also work for the 2 digits. And just like last time, every time you get an answer, you're going to plug that corresponding letter into the answers at the top. 9 is the same, except this time you're going to be getting remainders. So please make sure that you are paying close attention to that. Slide 10, these are going to be your word problems. So they get a little bit harder here. So make sure that you are reading those ones carefully as well and plugging in your answer at the top. Slide 11, says, in the grid you will find a number of statements collected from several creatures of the magical underworld. However, only one of them is telling you the correct final clue. Complete the division questions and then look at the answer, including the remainders in the statement boxes, and cross out that box, meaning that the statement in that box has been eliminated. The one statement box left standing after completing all the questions is the one with the correct clue. So if you look at that first one, it says the guilty dragon belongs to the dragons of the Veil League. He loves magic so much that he wants it to be released everywhere. So when you solve these down here, you're going to cross off as you're getting those answers, and the last one standing is going to be your clue. So if that 61 remainder 4 was right, that would be your clue if you've crossed off everything else. So you solve the questions down here. As you get those answers, you cross them off. And then slide 12, this is where you're going to put your name as the detective, and then you're going to tell me who is responsible for breaking up the Dragon Alliance. And then this is what you will post onto Seesaw, and Mrs. Green and I will let you know if you've solved the mystery correctly. All right, mathematicians, remember those are your 2 options for this week. You will be able to do Prodigy or the Math Mystery. Remember, if you are doing the Math Mystery across 2 days, make sure you're working on the same assignment both of those 2 days. If you are doing Prodigy, please, please, please make sure you are doing 20 to 25 minutes per day that you are doing it. Mrs. Green and I will be checking. Good luck.